What is up, everybody? My name is Will. We got my friend Kenson and
sir.
Diego over here. Episode 2 of the ANIME-Niacs podcast. We're loving it. Thank you guys for all the support. Our first video is going great, so thank you so much. Today's episode, we got a banger. We got a really good one. Today we are going to be talking about our favorite protagonist and antagonist in anime. All of it. All of anime.
Be a tricky one.
We were talking about this before, and we're ready. So we're going to start with Diego, and we'll just go this way.
Okay.
And we're just going to get right into it, so here we go.
All right. So I think for protagonists, I'll start off with a couple from some anime you guys probably haven't seen.
Okay.
So first would be like Mob from Mob Psycho.
Okay.
He's like, it's your typical shonen anime, I think, with your 15-year-old kid with powers. But
the classics.
I think the great thing about Mob as a protagonist is that he develops a lot with his morals throughout the anime. Like he uses his powers he has psychic powers and he uses them to kind of what do you call it? Exercise ghosts and demons and stuff.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
But eventually he has this kind of like the issue figuring out what his morals are, whether he wants to actually exercise it, because some of them are just trying to peacefully live their afterlife. But
ooh, I like that.
It's good.
It's kind of like a moral issue where he's like, I have this power, I know what I can use it against, but maybe what I can use it against isn't necessarily bad.
Right.
He
starts off as kind of like a pacifist, but eventually he encounters people that are like not listening to reason. Their values are completely different. He's got to change. And that's what I like. I like people who develop.
See, those are the best characters. Characters that really develop just throughout the story. And obviously, with me being new, I haven't really seen characters fully develop yet, but I can see where certain characters are growing, and I love seeing that. So, first protagonist for you is Mob. Okay.
I want to give an honorable mention to another one.
Okay.
So the character's name is ANIME-Niacs from an anime called Classroom of the Elite.
Okay.
All right. Short premise of the anime: a school for extremely smart people.
Okay.
And they have to. They're given tasks by the school. That require them to really think outside the box, outwit other classes. But ANIME-Niacs, he's probably the first anime protagonist I've seen that's, well, maybe apart from Attack on Titan a little bit, but he's the first protagonist that isn't like a good guy that I've seen. He has his own goals. He manipulates other people. He's extremely smart, but sometimes he does align with like the other characters that you could perceive as good, but it's always to his own benefit. And he's always outwitting everyone. It's sick. Sick.
How's that a protagonist?
He's the main character. He's who you watch throughout the whole thing, so that's why he's the protagonist. But he's the first one that's like not fully a good guy.
See, those are the best ones. We were just talking about this earlier, how there's a difference between a hero and a protagonist. The protagonist is mainly just like the main character,
the person you follow.
But that doesn't mean that they're a hero.
Exactly.
And I think Attack on Titan does this very well, and I'll get to that whenever I get to my protagonist. But not just because you follow them and they're the main character doesn't mean that they do everything morally correct.
It's the same with like Death Note.
Okay.
Like,
See, I haven't seen that one, and I want to see it.
Oh, it's good.
It's
like
interesting. It's so the characters. The main character, I think he's the main character. He's one of the main characters, but he's not a good guy.
Yeah, he's really bad. He's a bad guy.
So we got Mob, and what was his name again?
ANIME-Niacs.
Okay,
very Japanese
I'm not
name.
going to try to say that, but it sounds awesome. So we'll go to you now, 2 favorite protagonists, and then we'll just keep going around.
Actually, I was going to say Light Yagami. He's one of my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's a good one. Like, because like he's extremely smart. Like extremely smart. But he's not necessarily a good guy. Okay. Like he finds this book called like the Death Note, and like he finds out he can like kill people with the book.
See, that's what I was reading with the plot synopsis of Death Note. Is that this guy gets like a book and he can whatever names he writes, they'll die. Yeah. And he has this thing where he wants to go out and like if someone does something bad, is it that he will write their name in it? But then he starts to feel like, maybe I'm slowly turning into the person that's not good.
And he's like he feels like he can change the world however he wants it, pretty much. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Giving some Thanos
But, like,
vibes.
he's got so much power, though, that he actually can't.
Oh my gosh. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch this show now.
It's really good.
Seriously, both episodes, you can just watch both of these episodes, and all it is me saying, dude, I got to watch that.
There's a lot of good animes out there, man.
I'm going to get to it, man. And then, so, first one is, what's the name again? Because I'm
Light
forgetting.
Yagami.
Okay, and second, Protagonist.
And then, I mean, people think, oh, it's Naruto, but, like, me specifically, Pain from Naruto.
That's
okay.
Or Nagato.
That's a really good
you know?
one.
Okay.
But
really
that's because, like, before you're kind of like, okay, I don't like this dude. Like, I hate this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like, you actually, like, hear his story. Because, you know, when, like, in Naruto, like, a lot of it, like, you actually hear their story.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, maybe they're not as bad as you thought they were.
Right.
So it was like Nagato, like, I don't know, hear his story, got to actually, like, know him. And Naruto, like, spending time with him, like, you know,
right.
towards the end, like, I actually kind of felt bad for him. Like, I was, like...
Nagato / Pain's speech to Naruto about, kind of, like, justice and all that, and how, just how the world really works.
Yeah.
It's really dark and depressing, but, like, you understand him so much.
There's so many interesting characters in anime, and I think that some of my favorites are the ones who aren't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they very clearly show their flaws, and they kind of wear it on their sleeve.
Yeah.
And I think Pain is one of the really good ones.
I feel like it's the same with Itachi, too. Like,
Dude, pretty much anyone that has any correlation with Sasuke kind of has a really dark past.
Yeah.
You know, so... yeah, those are two really great choices. For me, my first protagonist is Sanji from One Piece.
Why is that?
When I started the Baratie arc and met Sanji, at first I was like, whoa, he goes completely against what I thought his character would be like.
Yeah.
I did not expect for his character to be very, you know, there's the, what was it? I think it was Iron Fist full body or something, like one of the Marines, and he doesn't finish his suit, and like Sanji just kicks him to the table.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, what in the world? And then you start to learn why he actually like has this need and want for people to finish their food. And then seeing the backstory. With
yeah.
him.
It's so sad.
I love it so much, and it was so impactful. And then now I'm like, I'll be eating food, and I gotta finish it. I know it's there. I'm like, I cannot just throw it away. Like that's Sanji's whole character is that he wants to find the All Blue, and that's like his dream. Now I also love how each One Piece character has like their specific dream that they want. His is finding the All Blue, but it's also like whenever him and Redfoot both say, it doesn't matter if they're a bad guy, it doesn't matter if they're a good guy. If they are hungry, we will serve them.
Yep.
Some of the most well-written lines and characters that I've ever seen in an anime, at least so far. Love Sanji. Think he's incredible. So far, probably my favorite on the Straw Hat Pirate group. So love Sanji. For my second protagonist, I will probably say I like Levi from Attack on Titan.
Oh,
Levi.
Yeah.
Now, I know that he's not necessarily a protagonist, since he's not a main character. He's a side character. But Levi was, whenever I was watching Attack on Titan, he was the one where whenever he'd come on the screen, I was like, I want more. I want more. He's such a mysterious and almost threatening character. Like, he stands in the corner and you'll be having a conversation and he's just
like
just staring and listening. He's someone who listens a lot, and I think that's a character who, at least in a lot of anime, there is not the character who will just sit back and listen. And he listens, and then he assesses the situation, and then goes about it. And I just think that that's such a cool character, and he looks cool. His sub voice actor is awesome. Oh my gosh, awesome.
Watching Attack on Titan, I watched it with like my brother and sister. You know, talked about it with them. I would always say, the person I trust the most in that show to make the right decision is Levi.
Levi.
Yeah.
It's always Levi. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I
don't even trust Aaron.
I would not trust Aaron.
With all the hard decisions.
No way.
Things get a little dicey later, but like with all the hard decisions, if I were in that world, I would immediately go to Levi. Because He's just the guy.
I saw this meme today, and it was who was like the one person that Levi would go to and like actually be energetic around.
Mm-hmm.
It was always Erwin, because I feel like Erwin was the only person Levi fully trusted, and whenever Erwin made we're gonna go do this or we're gonna go do that, it was not like, but maybe we should do this. It was always yes, sir. Erwin was the only person that Levi really took orders from and was fine with. And I love that, because usually Levi is the one giving orders.
Being in charge.
You know, in the season 2, when they're going through the big forest, and he's like, Aaron's like, should I turn into a Titan or should I not? Mm-hmm. And he's like, you just make the choice. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you constantly and guide you through everything. Yeah. Just make the choice. Yeah. And then we later realized that he wanted him to turn into a Titan. Yeah. But I love it. It's just Levi and Sanji, dear to my heart. Dear to my heart right now. So those are the protagonists for us. Antagonists. We're going to get to some bad guys. We're going to start with you.
Okay. So I know you haven't gotten too far in One Piece. Okay. And fine. I don't think you've gotten to the part where you know too much about him, but I'm going to say Doflamingo from One Piece.
His design is awesome.
This guy's the definition of a villain. Like, he does some bad stuff. He toys with people's lives.
Nah, I know what you're talking about.
And he's a strong guy and an obstacle for Luffy to get around. And I don't want to go too much into the arc where they confront him.
I'm just on Arlong Park right now, so that's why.
But
I just started seeing Doflamingo.
But I don't know the arc where they're in his territory was, until Wano, the longest running arc for like 100 episodes. Wow. They were there for 100 episodes. And that's
an arc right there, man.
The coolest part was that whole arc happened in one day. So 100 episodes of content, and it all happened in one day.
That's a long day. He's gonna need a nap.
He's gonna need a nap.
Dude, there was something, just kind of go off track just for a second, that the longest fight in anime history was between Luffy and someone. It was 22 episodes.
Luffy and Katakuri.
Yeah.
If it weren't Doflamingo for my antagonist, I'd choose Katakuri. He's not a villain, but he's the perfect like yin and yang for Luffy. Perfect.
This just makes me want to watch One Piece even more.
Dude,
hearing that there's arcs that go on 100 episodes, and this is just me. I like filler episodes because I will get really nostalgic for them whenever stuff starts hitting the fan.
One Piece is like 10% filler, which everyone's like, "Oh, that's 100 episodes." Yeah, but
I'm like,
you're gonna miss that stuff because that's the stuff where they just goof off, you know. But things are serious.
I think
you wish they were goofing off.
I think some of the first episodes that I've seen, at least so far, that felt like filler was the Island with Gaimon.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Gaimon, but those obviously were filler, and I'm already nostalgic about them.
Right.
Because it was so calm. They were just on the island and they found this dude, and someday we're gonna be like, man, I wish that we could go back to those days. And y'all are probably already at the part where it's like, I wish we were back in simple times.
Yeah.
Where I'm at right now, it's so sad right now. It's so sad, yeah. But it's like, every once in a while I'll see a film, I'm like, I actually watch it. I'm like, yes, I need this. It's been so dark that actually, yeah, it's just a different feeling. It makes me be like, actually, this is what One Piece is.
I love it. So it's probably it is currently. It's going in between Attack on Titan and One Piece because I'm bouncing in between the shows. I do know that One Piece will dethrone Attack on Titan, but that's for another episode. Doflamingo is your first antagonist. What's your second antagonist?
So, let's go into Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh.
For you, J-Lo.
Yep, this is just for you.
I know you're not a fan of it, but anyways, I think most people would say Frieza is the best villain of Dragon Ball Z. But my personal favorite is Cell.
Okay. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking when I say so.
Cell is this biological creation of the DNA of all the world's greatest fighters.
Okay.
So he has their personality and their power, basically, of all the greatest fighters in Dragon Ball Z. And
whoa.
Yeah. And that makes him so interesting because it gives him so much power, but also gives him a lot of flaws. Like Goku, he's a flawed character. Like he makes mistakes for the sake of fighting. Cell made similar mistakes that Goku would,
Yeah.
And that makes him really interesting. And also, like, it brought one of my favorite moments of anime history with Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 for the first time. That was one of my favorite
So
moments.
he has the personality of everyone, which means that he's also adopting every single one of their flaws, or is
essentially
it? Okay.
Kind of. I think he takes some of the worst flaws, like, because he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He was created to basically destroy everything.
Mm-hmm.
Absorb the androids and then kind of wipe this world out, kill Goku. Typical stuff in that show.
Yep.
But yeah, he made a tournament to fight everyone, and that shows like the Goku side of him. Like he wanted to fight. He wanted a good fight. He wanted to test his powers after becoming perfect.
Dude, I don't know if y'all played Elden Ring, but there's a guy in it named Radon, or Radagon. I get both of them confused. He's a guy on the horse.
Okay.
And he has his entire existence in the game right now is that they just hold competitions and like get a bunch of people together to go fight him. Mm-hmm. And you get on the battlefield and it's all just armor from people that have died and spears in the ground. He's just defeated everyone.
Dang.
And it's that's phenomenal game. Incredible game. But that's off topic. So we have Doflamingo and Cell for you.
Okay,
Mr.
this
Kenson,
is actually a hard one.
Mr. Kenson.
You mentioned Pain before. You mentioned Pain.
I see Pain as like in between, not just bad. Okay. Pain is like good and bad. But okay, so I'm keep going on Naruto, but I'm gonna have to go Madara.
Okay,
Madara.
There we go.
And I'm not trying to be the person who's like, oh, Madara, yeah, no. Like if you actually watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
I got you.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy was a powerhouse.
He was.
He was destroying everyone. And I am a little mad that they made him, like, not the main guy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To not spoil too much, but...
Why don't you actually, like, get to know his story, hear, like, how he thinks about the world and all that stuff, right? Like, there is this one speech, I'm not going to say it, I feel like this, everybody knows it, that literally changed, like, I was just like, wow, this dude's actually like 100% right. Like it's just realistic, not even just from Naruto.
That's villains are awesome. Whenever
they understand. They understand how tough the world can be. They end up having probably the greatest motives.
They're the product of the cruelness of the world.
Yeah.
But the indomitable human spirit comes in and beats it up.
But still, awesome. Madara though, I don't know. I just remember the first time I saw him, I was like, okay, this guy's really cool. He's really cool. Like when I saw him fight. And everybody's always saying, like, bad stuff about him, right? So, like, instantly you're just going to be, oh, this guy's a bad guy. He's a bad guy, right? No matter what he thinks, he's a bad guy. But then you actually just get to hear him, right? Learn about him, and you're just like, wow. I mean, I see how he became that way. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, he's a bad guy, but I see how he became that way. And even, like, where he's at right now, like, his intentions, at least in his point of view, they're good. But not necessarily are they actually good.
I got you.
But
good, very, very good character.
Now, second antagonist. I know it's tough. I know.
Okay.
I know.
Dig deep.
All right, I'm gonna have to take a flower from One Piece.
Okay.
Yeah. It's already a great start.
It is a great start.
It
is a great start. Right now, I'm gonna have to go. He's not really a bad guy necessarily, but Akahinu.
Okay.
Because I feel like
who?
Akahinu. Like the third.
Oh.
Yeah, the third. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, is he the...
He's the fire one.
The Admiral?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The magma one? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say he's a villain. He's a villain.
Because, I'm not going to say specifically what happened, but you know the Admiral so far.
Yeah. They're all jerks.
Yeah,
they're not all jerks.
Like Aokiji, he's not as bad as...
So far, the Admirals that I have seen, and, they're pretty much...
The Marines as a whole.
Yeah,
the Marines as a whole is just full of corruption.
Yeah. But Aokiji, not Aokiji, Akahinu. Okay. What just happened, and I feel like you just know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Those who've seen it
talk about it.
They know what he's done.
I haven't seen it. So I'm so early on all these major animes, so I'll get there someday.
Once you get there.
Episode 395, I'll be like, guys, I'm on episode 500 of One Piece. I have 500 more to go.
Dude, I'm trying to hit that time skip so bad right now.
You're close.
Yeah, it's like 5:15 is where it starts.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, and then because I know like Naruto, not Naruto.
I know. They're all mixing together now. They're all mixing together.
I know Luffy. Like I saw videos of him like training and all that. And I was like, wow, that's actually kind of cool. Yeah.
Like it's cool. He does some cool stuff in time skip. Man.
I know what he's trying to learn in that whole time skip. Get the hockey down.
Yes, sir. So those are two really good choices. I like those.
Mm-hmm. How about you?
So, my first one is going to be an early One Piece villain.
Okay.
Arlong.
Nice.
Okay.
Good choice.
So I'm just finished Arlong Park, and so far he is one of the coolest villains in just, for me at least, in like fiction, just because of a couple of sentences that he says, and it's all just him saying, "My species is greater than yours."
Yeah, that's true.
That's like really sinister, and what he says it in a sense that he's like, heaven granted me this. I am a fish man because heaven made me that.
Yeah.
He thinks he's right. Like, he genuinely thinks that everything he does is just, I mean, I'm better than you, so I must be making the right decision. Mm-hmm. And then there's the idea of him, you have to pay me every month to survive, like live. That's that's whack in the brain. That is whack.
One Piece does really good to handle like real world topics because there is racism between the fishermen and the humans in One Piece. And
it's so clear. They think that they're just better.
They do.
Eventually, like they talk about fishermen more in a certain arc, and I think it resulted in one of the most beautiful moments in anime where I won't go too much, but essentially a human and a fisherman shared blood. Like they were transferring blood to one another, and that was like a really big moment. It was really beautiful moment. Saying like we all shed the same blood.
Yeah, they're clearly setting this up because the entire arc is just Arlong sitting in his chair doing that really funny laugh that I love, and then just thinking, "I'm better than you. I'm better. I'm stronger. I'm better." Like he's like constantly, just constant. Literally Homelander vibes. That's all he's doing is my species is better than yours, and that's why I think he's a really good villain. So that's my One Piece one. Now, I'm going to jump to... I was going in between two guys. But I'm just going to go... Honorable mention is going to be Zabuza from Naruto. Mm-hmm. Yep. I love these early villains. They set it up incredibly. And I've said this in the last episode, Demon in the Snow is still one of the coolest episodes in anime that I've seen. Has some of the best music. I love it. Zabuza is awesome. And his voice actor is really cool. Yep. But... Reiner from Attack on Titan.
Reiner. Really interesting character.
I love these interesting villains because and there's going to be some spoilers, okay? And when you clicked on this, you knew that.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah. The way that he goes about stuff, villains who you gave your trust to them. You trusted them. No, Reiner couldn't be a bad guy. These are your fighting Titans. But no.
Gotcha.
This was all just a facade.
Yeah.
All just a way to secretly sneak into the barracks, and even whenever he's talking, what's his Berthold?
Something like that. Berthold.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
He was like talking to them, and I also love the way that they reveal that they're both the Colossal Titan and
Armor
Titan. It's so nonchalant. In the background, there's a conversation going on.
They genuinely expected Eren to just be fine with it.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
Hey, so Eren,
Reiner, crazy guy.
Awesome. And the way that he was just like, I'm an Armor Titan. He's the Colossal Titan. Join us. And then Eren's like, wait, what? And then that's when they were like, we went into the barracks to infiltrate it. But then we started to actually, we couldn't differentiate between our Titan form and our human form. And that was whenever everyone was like, was our friendship even real? And he was like, it was. It is. To me, at least. But that's what's so sinister about it is that then he's like, but I have to kill you.
That's so, like...
It's one of the
mindset. Like, I don't get how you could, like...
He's insane.
Oh
like,
yeah. Remember whenever he's like giving the speech in the trees and they're like
he just had that flip of a switch.
He's like, remember, you're a warrior, not a soldier. And he was like, no, wait, oh my gosh. And then it snaps into him. It's almost like he has split personality. Yeah. And that's what it is. Is that with the years and years of him being in the training camps with everyone, with him having to act that long, it just, he didn't know which one personality was real. Yeah. Seriously, one of these.
That's cool though.
Dude, Reiner.
Fun thing about Reiner is, so early on, obviously, you're against Reiner. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
He's the bad guy. Later on, I kind of root for Reiner. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I'm right on the end.
I don't want to spoil too much.
Right at near the end of season 3, so I'm getting there. I have a feeling because he seems like the character who, with a really good speech, he'll be fine. Yeah. Come on over. It's okay.
There's nothing wrong with
with season 4. It really made me question who I thought was right and who I thought was wrong. Like I chose a side, and it probably wasn't the majority side because
see now that whenever
when you get caught up, we'll do an episode about when you get caught up.
I gotta rewatch it, so I'm just like I remember some of this, but not all of it.
It's incredible.
So
when you get caught up. Totally making that.
Seriously, it was episode. I still remember episode. I think it was episode 31, which is where you find out everything. Or episode 30. I just remember episode 31 being a great episode. Yeah. And like you said, with episode 10-15 of One Piece or whichever one it was, that's just an episode number that you remember. And episode 31 was one of them for Attack on Titan. But just the way that it's revealed, I love that. And villains or antagonists that you feel for, but also trusted I never trusted or felt for Arlong, but like Reiner. That was that was crazy.
Who's your favorite overall character in
Attack on Titan? Levi.
Yeah, Levi.
I agree.
Levi he's just awesome. Yeah. I'm also like at first I really disliked Armin. Hated him. Yeah. I didn't like him at all. But then now he's sort of growing on me. He just had his whole.
For me, it's flipped. I liked him at first. Okay. I don't like him anymore. But that's just like the Attack on Titan thing, because you're gonna like characters and then you're gonna not like characters eventually.
Mikasa has been the same the whole way through. I just want to kill everyone.
Okay, wait. How do you feel about Eren then?
So Eren for me is really difficult because I like him and I think he's cool, but I also think that there's so many times where he gives off major. I don't know how to describe it. It's like he has this emotional, like, what do I do? In the moments that you need to just be like, do it. Yeah. He's always thinking during moments that need to be like, just do it. Mm-hmm. And I like him. I think he's really cool. I think his Titan's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
he's got one cool.
He just seems like someone who is really going to go off the deep end. Okay. I think it's going to go to his head. I think a lot's going to go to his head because he wanted to kill all the Titans, and then he becomes the thing that he wants to kill. Yeah. And he had that moment with, the whole underground Rod Reese type thing. So that was a moment, but honestly, with Eren right now, I'm a little iffy. I like him, but I can see him declining a little bit. I can see him going downhill just
Season 4, you're going to pick a side for him. Okay. Like, you're either fully on board or completely against him.
So who's your favorite Titan, like, in the show, completely? Or at least your favorite type of Titan?
I don't know, because there's some interesting ones with, like, really cool powers that you don't see too much of. And I don't want to spoil stuff for you yet, because some of the powers are pretty cool. And I think they're game-changing later. But...
like, at least
I think the Faceless Titan has one of the coolest designs. When the guy that has his head's in the ground and then he rises up above the wall and his face has been cut off because his face was in the ground so long. Okay. So it's like he goes out, he looks up and his eyes fall out and he has his tongue's cut in half and all you just see is the brain on the top and everything. It's really weird and really like freaky. Yeah. But I think his design's really cool. I also think the Armored Titan.
Yeah.
So he has that like really chiseled jawline. Love it. It's really cool.
From the part you're on, I'll say my favorite was the Beast Titan.
the Beast Titan is crazy.
He was terrifying at first.
The one that talked? Right? Yeah.
I hate it. That whenever he was revealed, it was one of the scariest things.
It's unsettling.
I played with that one soldier like a toy. It's weird. It's crazy.
When they ate Aaron's mom in the very beginning, it's like that's a
the
dark
Smiling Titan is also
like
a crazy design, but yeah. Well, we went through Protagonists and Antagonists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We all have some great choices. Make sure to comment down below what you guys or your favorite protagonist, antagonist, and then we'll try to respond to some of them.
Yeah.
We love that.
We want to know what you guys are thinking.
We love it. Oh yeah. So make sure to follow, subscribe, like, do all the things that everyone says to do. Also follow our TikTok. It's at The Real ANIME-Niacs. It'll be right there. We'll be posting some content there, so make sure to follow that. And yeah, have a fantastic day. Go watch some anime as always, and we'll see you guys next time.
ANIME-Niacs.
See ya.